Frank's Laboratory.
Hello and welcome to Frank's Laboratory. Playing Dungeonborne today, which is the latest entry into the PvP, PvE extraction slasher genre. Dark and Darker being the first that I'm aware of. Dungeonborne starts you off in a tutorial where you start as a fighter, and you're basically going from point A to B in the dungeon, fighting off skeletons, going through some traps, and eventually you arrive at a blue portal, take it and get out, right? Loot, in the tutorial you actually get to keep, so do with that what you will. Once you're done with the tutorial, you get to end up in the camp. The camp is where you can interact with the merchants, invite your friends on Steam to group up for 3-player co-op in the 2 dungeons that are available. Both dungeons, there's a castle and Sinner's End, and they have 2 different modes associated with both, a casual and a classic mode down on the bottom, which are toggleable. It'll also automatically detect team size. Dungeonborne has 8 characters. You have a fighter, who's like your basic Dungeons and Dragons like style fighter. You have a priest, a rogue. You have the pyromancer, the death knight, the cryomancer, who does ice damage, and then you also have the swordmaster and the newly added druid just added to this playtest. The game also has female character versions for each character type, so if you switch from A to B, you can change the character silhouette, and then once you select a character, you go into character customization. Character customization is what you would expect. After you select the character, you're able to do the character preset, or you're able to do a face variation if there's one available. There's different skin tones even for the skeleton. Single eye color though. You have the different hairstyles that you can select in the hair color. And you're also able to do markings and tattoos depending on what's available for the character that you picked. And change its color. And then you have an option to hide the helmet or display your helmet. And then you name your character and create it. Dungeonborne's classic mode has a similar aesthetic to what you would see in the original Dark and Darker maps, where the circle would enclose until it reached a center point where you would have to escape. Or if you were outside of the circle, you would take damage and you would die. In the classic mode, you're able to get better loot from what I've seen in the casuals, so not quite a high roller, similar to Dark and Darker, but a more difficult mode of the casual mode, but with the circle that encloses. You get better loot drops from the enemies, like I switched over to the pyromancer instead of the death knight, so that's what I'm playing right now. He has a orb that allows you to do these ice attacks, and then also a staff, searing staff that lets you do a fire attack. You can see the little bars down at the bottom indicating how many attacks I have left per weapon. But you can see that the knight that I just killed dropped a green item. In casuals, that's pretty rare. During this dungeon run, Pand0rah and I were able to find a lot of blues and greens, and we did Sinner's End classic and later on, and we were able to find some purples as well.
Didn't go where I put it down at.
Look at that, they're dropping blues and greens. Got a green helmet.
Right here, you'll see something that looks very familiar if you've played Dark and Darker. Yeah. And then listen to the sounds of this goblin.
You got that? Goblin?
Running away.
He's red.
Damn it.
Yeah, if you've ever played Goblin Caves, you're familiar with that noise.
A green ring. Look at that. I see it. Yeah, it's like high rollers, sort of, but casual high rollers. I don't know.
When Dungeonborne isn't directly copying Dark and Darker, you can find that it has a large array of varying PvE enemies that give it its own flavor.
Which game?
Go. Always stop. Ow!
Shit. Oh god.
Ow! What's hitting me? Done.
Like, went in the ceiling. Oh shit, I'm almost dead.
Where'd the grass thing go? Yes.
Should be one more bat.
I got one bat.
Somebody's murdering everyone in the lobby. How many portals we got here? Just one?
There's some gaunts here I don't have room for.
I'm full of junk.
Me too.
What does horns do?
Just treasure junk to sell.
Yeah. He's that werewolf.
Oof.
Hmm?
Oof.
Oh, he's down in the courtyard.
Oh.
Bug.
I'm still kind of on the fence with Dungeonborne. I mean, it's got its own flavor to it, so I mean it's something that you could enjoy, but it's definitely very similar to Dark and Darker in so many ways. Mithril Interactive is the publisher and the developer,
There's a blue in here.
and there's no real way to tell
Clear it out. Yeah.
who they really
There's one
are
behind us,
because
and then
they don't really have any other titles that they've made in the past. I have a conspiracy theory that it's actually a publisher and developer that's being ran in secret by Nexon, and they saw the success that Iron Mace had with Dark and Darker, so they went ahead and made their own game. But obviously not under the Nexon
I think I saw another player.
publisher name.
Sure.
But yeah, you're about to see me and Pand0rah get our first taste of
Clear this guy,
PvP
and then you take
in
this
this
blue.
match. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna head back. Oh, fuck! No, there's another player. I'm running. See if he'll chase me. Oh no, there's too many players. Fuck.
Okay.
Run away.
Ah, holy shit! Person killing everybody. Can you shut that door?
Oh, so close. And
No.
yeah, Dungeonborne is a fun little game. Definitely like Dark and Darker. You got 3-player co-op aesthetic, basically the same way that Dark and Darker does it. Automatic team matching, so you don't need to put yourself in a pool where you need to be on like a 1-player game or a 2-player game. It does it automatically, which some
What?
players might not like
One-player?
because sometimes you want to be solo in a 3-player dungeon, depending on how good you are with your class. But I look forward to seeing what they do with the game after the playtest once it finally goes to retail. I'm hopeful that they try to differentiate themselves in the genre and stand out a little bit more on their own and become their own kind of like unique spin on it. So far, it's very similar to Dark and Darker.
Only there was an auto
There
switch
is
button.
slight differences, and there's definitely more money being thrown at this game than Dark and Darker has right now, as you can tell from the graphical fidelity. But overall, I had fun with the playtests, and I'm probably going to play it again.
2,000 gold.
If you like the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the lab next time on Frank's Laboratory.
Trade.
Frank's Laboratory.